focus on getting better every day.
Are you uncomfortable with that question?
You said what?
Are you uncomfortable with that question? You don't want to answer?
I wouldn't say I'm uncomfortable with it. I'm just focused on doing what I can do, control what I control.
Last year you said you played well in the spring game and you're like, I feel like I realize now that I can actually play here. A year later, how has your mindset changed with regards to where you are in your development and the offense and everything?
Yeah, I know I can play here now. It's just now I need to play at a high level and keep getting better and better. Following JT, getting a great relationship with the two young guys in the room.
Go ahead and start wrapping up, folks. Beautiful.
Joe, talk about the relationship that you have with the other quarterbacks on the roster, especially with this springtime. What's the connection like between all of you guys?
Yeah, it's been great. We're all great friends. We hang out on the weekends, go to dinner, do all of that. Off the field, obviously on the field we're competing with each other, but off the field we're great friends.
How would you describe Ryan Day as a quarterback's coach? Just working with him, just give us some insights on working with Coach Day.
I would say Coach Day is an expert at the quarterback position. Obviously he knows the ins and outs of football too, but him working in the NFL for the last 2 years really accelerated his knowledge of the quarterback position. I think we showed that this spring.
How would you describe Kevin Wilson? He seems like a pretty intense guy. He's obviously extremely knowledgeable. How would you describe working with him?
Yeah, he's obviously a pretty intense guy. He's a great leader. He calls the plays, we execute him. We all have a great relationship with him and keep building on it this summer.
Joe, when you leave, as you're leaving here, do you feel like you're in a pitching battle with Dwayne Haskins for the backup job? I mean, just what is your sense leaving spring?
I would say we're all competing every day with each other, with ourselves, against the defense. I mean, that's what I'm focused on, getting better by myself, getting great relationships with the quarterbacks, and really competing every day.
Yeah, you had a great spring game last year. I don't know if you remember that. Today, again, where are you much better in your mind than you were a year ago when we were sitting here talking to you?
Yeah, the game's really slowed down for me. I see just about everything that's going on defense. I know the offense way better, the ins and outs, what's going on up front. I would say the game has just slowed down tremendously for me.
And one of the guys, Johnny Dixon, he's finally had a full spring practice. I mean, as Dwayne said, he almost every day he does something that wows you. What's been your take on him too this spring?
Yeah, when I got here 2 years ago, I thought he was a freak athlete. I didn't really know he had the injury problems, and obviously they just kept building up. And then this spring, it looks like he's been healthy. He's had a great spring, obviously really fast, really explosive, and he's a great guy to have on our team.
Hey, real quick, has Coach Meyer had to pull you aside and say, "Hey, your time is going to come"? Because you obviously you're good enough to start at most places. Has he ever pulled you aside, "Hey, Joe, your time is going to come. Be patient"?
I'm just going with the flow, doing what I can do, grinding every day, getting better. That's really all my focus has been.
Cardale Jones stepped up there and just flicked the ball 66 yards. Was that unfair? The long throw.
Yeah, kind of hurt my feelings. He's probably 50 pounds heavier than I am, and probably could have thrown it further if he wanted to, but I don't think he wanted to.
He was wearing Timberlands.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to embarrass me too bad. I don't think he warmed up either.
But 64 is not shabby, right? I mean, right?
That's not too shabby, but Cardale could have probably thrown it 80.
Can you talk about having guys like 3 deep? Can you talk about having healthy guys like Johnny Dixon on the field? Like, how does that help you as far as a quarterback make things easier?
Yeah, when you have guys that can make plays for you, you can just spit out a bubble, throw out a hitch, and they can turn it into an 80-yard touchdown. It's always great to have on your team.
And as far as preparation with the defensive line, how does that help you prepare for any other opponent besides?
Yeah, we won't see a better D line than we see every day in practice.